Ziggity Zig talking his way out of bronze. Game number 129 between myself and GPUPraxis on Daybreak. Other PVZ I seem to be having a lot of Zerg opponents here. So let's switch over to my view and have a look and see what's going on here. I lost the split war. That was a pretty bad split, but I'm not sure if you saw that or not. Because for some reason my recording is taking a couple of seconds to get on its get on its ideas. So I started this one with a conversation because I was asking what league was it, because this was the first game I played where I was actually slightly favored or favored. I think I was just slightly favored. So I decided I thought I'd ask the guy, what league are you in? I said I barely ever get favored. It's just kind of surprising. Oh, if I sound a little different, using a new headset and the sensitivity is a little different, so I think I might turn out my game sound a bit or my volume down a bit, just in case my voice is far too loud for how I've got my sound settings. But the one I had before, I had to turn it up pretty darn loud. So on these maps, on this on a PVZ, what I've started doing is just taking the Naga Tower and not worrying too much about going into his base right away. I think I go for the eventual scout, but I think this will probably be my undoing, as there almost always is an undoing. So the 3-gate robo has been working for me pretty much against everybody, but just the execution of it has been it's just a little tricky because I can never be sure when I'm neglecting the forward pylon has really helped, because then that helps me know when it is that I'm getting my next pylon down, which is quite useful. So, man, I'm either getting better at this or these games are getting boring, because I'm finding less and less to talk about in this first couple of minutes here. Either that or I'm getting slightly better at doing this. There's my 16 pylons, or 14, 14 gas, 16 pylon. Gateway's down first. The problem there is that now I've got... Aha, there we go. So Cybercore goes down immediately, and I have to wait a minute for that Zealot. But he gets out of my base. I don't go and check him out quite yet, but how's... Yeah, so he's still on gas. I am still on... I'm getting the first amount of gas, so... Yeah. Praxis. I'll just go with Praxis instead of calling him GPUPraxis. That sounds a little over the top. So Praxis does not seem to be getting gas just yet. I don't even see... No, in the production tab, I'm cheating up here because normally I don't like to look at what my opponent is doing, but I can see up in the top that he doesn't even have an extractor. And I'm using heat a lot, and that's what I try to avoid. I'm getting a few more... Oh, look at that. Getting a few more minerals, getting ready for my next... Probably get a third Zealot, or chances are at this point I will go for... Ooh, actually now would be a good time. You can get the robotics facility, but I choose to get a sentry instead. So that's it. You can go full on Zealot and get a robo facility, and then you're kind of Zealot immortal, which is an alright build. Helps against certain units. And then he comes after me with a Zergling. Too bad. So there's our losses already. Army supply. No, I think it's in there. Where is that one? Units killed is control R. There we go. 1. Not bad. So then, what I don't normally do in most games is send out a Zealot or something like that. So I actually do send out a forwarding Zealot. So out he goes. Not bad. Got my 2 gates up. I have enough gas in there. Ah, see, I just saw enough gas come in for the robo facility, which I should technically set off to look over at his natural. I feel like I haven't done this in a while. Oh, I'm out of practice. It's been a few days. It's probably with weekends where I don't get anything. Well, not anything, but any casting done. Or any gaming. Wow, yeah, I'm a little behind in this game. Come on. Get your gateways. What's the story? Here comes another one. So he's coming down after my Zealot. Here comes little Zergling. Go around the corner. Around the corner. And you're gonna go down. Ready? Ooh. Play a little round the box. Nice, well done. But I decided to move a couple of these down because I'm going to do a expansion. Yay! There's my gateway. I do go after him. But then I don't have quite any vision anymore. But my army supply is starting to do a little bit better, where I assume he's on 2 bases already. I am not quite on 2 bases because am I fully saturated over here? Yeah, I'm doing alright. Oh, I just heard an observer go. I guess that'd be my forge, so I do get kind of the forge expand on the way. Yep, my army is doing a little bit better, but his income is probably much better than mine. Well, minerals anyway. I think I'm on both gases at the moment. So the observer's headed across. I got my eye down on the mini-map, which is what I don't usually do in the game itself. I don't appear to be ready to make a immortal just yet. However, I can start peeking at what's going on down here. So, what do we spy? We spy not too much. We spy a pretty open-ended base, but that was a lot of larvae. Did I choose not to move out when I saw absolutely nothing? Wow. Why didn't I move out? I could have crushed him right there. Oh, that's a lot of larvae. Definitely on the eject. And there's a roach horn, so I'm looking at a lot of roaches coming my way. Can I take a lot of roaches with just this? I would have to say no. Yeah, look at all the minerals he's got stocked up. That's a lot. Getting a bit of that going. Not really taking anything with me, because I don't think in my group I have a probe. No, because a forward pylon would be quite handy right about now. Still not making anything with my robotics facility. That's a shame. Oh, I do have one. I must have taken him in group 2. Sometimes I group them in group... Oh, yep, there we go. I did add him. There you go. So there's my forwarding pylon, which I used to set to 3 all the time, and I've only started getting back into the habit of doing so. I find that kind of annoying. Still working on my macro. Income is meh. I'm definitely behind, but I'm behind on harvesters as well, so I think I did a split, and now I'm just sort of paying the price for it. There is absolutely nothing coming out of this robotics facility. I should have just 4-gated. Just a 4-gate pressure, because I'm not doing anything at the moment. Comes a Twilight Council, halfway through +1. That's not bad. But I believe my opponent already has +1, +2 layers on its way down. There's another hatchery somewhere, so there's a 3rd base that I cannot see. My supply is happening. Oh, that was a pylon just coming in. Good. I appear to be staying ahead of supply just by accident. Probably by accident, but you never know. It could be something else. This is very slow. Why am I not moving out? Because by this point, look at that. The army's supply, I am now outnumbered. So that didn't quite work. But the good news is that exciting things are about to happen, even though I think they can probably see everything I'm doing right now. Those are some not very good force field, but I did manage to do something about that. But now I'm kind of choked at the moment, but he can't quite get in at me. So I am holding alright, but his ranged units are coming in after me. So I get out of there a little bit, and then I sort of move back, but the army supply, I now outnumber him slightly, so I aim for a different choke. That was kind of a weird spot to put a force field, but oh well, that'll have to do. So then I warp in a little bit more, and now we're pretty much on par. Now the bonus here is that he parked right underneath of my observer, which I like. It's a slightly uncomfortable headset, I just need to get used to this. Hopefully you can even hear me. Well, we'll find out after the fact. Infestation pit? Funny. Now, I seem to be not quite confident enough to take that out, but I then decided to bring in a bunch more sentries. Unsure as to why. Go for Robotics Bay, got Charge, got an Immortal. My first Immortal is coming in. Meanwhile, he just grew, larvaed, spawned, built. What is it when you make? Made some more, probably roaches, as that is pretty much what you do. So I do move down. Try to cut him in half, try to slice him a little bit. Doesn't go particularly well. I even get up a Guardian Shield. Can you say I kind of got rid of this army? I mostly handled this, but it wasn't the greatest of interactions I've ever had. I did pretty well. It was a decent concave, I'd like to think. And no, now we're in trouble. This would be the point when a force field right there would have been prudent. So now I try to surround myself with force fields so I can try to survive there, but it just doesn't quite work. The 3 Stalkers is not going to do anything against that number of Zerglings. The problem is I do very badly against Zerglings because I don't really know what I'm doing. What do I have there? More Stalkers. Stalkers are not going to do the trick, and there's a waste of an Immortal right there. This is when I decide to get a little bit chatty again. I don't know, I just like being chatty. Chatty's fun. Oh, don't take out my Immortal. Oh, and down he goes. Yeah, he's done. And there comes another Immortal that's probably going to die. Fairly quickly. Go on. Head home. Head home. Head home. Don't I take you home? That is such a waste of units.
Upgrade complete.
You know what? I couldn't tell you where he's headed. What is this guy doing down here? So the thing that happened here is my opponent ran right in. He just ran right past me. I didn't have enough to do anything about it. He's just holding steady. That's fine. So these Zerglings do charge after me, because that is the problem, is he eventually finds me, does something about it. I've got a Colossus. He's at 4724, so this Colossus actually does manage to do a little bit about some things, but yeah, my attempt at running off my probe didn't quite work. This Immortal finally goes down. Totally lose sight of what I'm doing. So now I realize that I've got charge lots that are +2, and I have Colossus. So now I just need to get... No, you're not changelings. So now I'm on a little bit of boosting of Colossus. Thinking, aha, there we go, I might be able to get back into this. The funny thing there. So now suddenly, Charge Lot Colossus is pretty sweet, but the problem is I probably should have had this a long time ago. So I'm saving all my gas for my Colossus. I have no workers, so my income is garbage. Look at that. Yeah, he's just ruining me there. But I think that I'm doing alright with this particular army. Meanwhile, Praxis is pretty much just rebuilding fully. I have no map vision. I have no idea what's going on. He's probably got several bases at the moment. Yep, he's on 4 base. I'm still only on 2. But I'm confident in I Storm. In I Rush. These ridiculous charge lots, not quite doing what I wanted them to do, but doing a fairly decent job at not totally ruining everything. 2 Colossus. Don't I have more? Yes. Alright, so I forgot to bring these 4. 4 Colossus? 4 Colossus probably would have done a very good job right about there. I did a small amount of damage. Not near enough. I finally remember that I've got this army back here. However, see, Praxis is remassing a full army as we speak. Look at that coin! He needs to get some more Overlords so he's not supply blocked. 130 over 74. This game is done. That was me attack moving directly into the rocks. That didn't go so well. So here we go. Do I have him? A little. I probably should have kept on engaging with that, because the Zealots can take most of the meat of that while my Colossus burn up all the roaches. Well, not all of them, but probably does a pretty nasty job of it. Another Colossus, ground, and weapons 3. Now, if you see what's going on down here, that's a lot of Mutalisks. You know what I can't shoot right now? Air. It's a bit of a ha-ha moment pretty soon. When I soon realize what's actually going on in a minute. Which is funny, because the mutas don't come anywhere near my observer here. Didn't I have 2 of those? Here goes 4 Zerglings. Oh man, but I love that. And there are the mutilisks. And I can't do a thing. So there I am. Haha, forgot about mutas. So, I don't know. I kind of like games with the strangers where you do something stupid and it was kind of a little bit of a back and forth. You definitely had me beat because let's have a quick check at the APM. Yeah, average 67. Although I'm 32, I'm happy to be 32. I'm starting to get a little higher up there. But it was, I mean, it was a friendly game. Look at that at the end, and I'd say, "Oh, I forgot about that," and he says, "Oh, whoops." And it just, I like games that end where you feel like you could be playing just your friend next door, where you guys just sort of said, "Hey, I'm bored. Let's have a game," and you just have a game. I like games like that. I don't know. You tell me if you like games like this. I felt good about this, even though it was a loss, mostly because I had a good time. So leave me a comment, send me an email, ziggitysig@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Twitter at ZiggyStarcraft. I should really start plugging this a bit more, like in these conversations, start talking about my channel. It might actually gain, I don't know, viewers. We'll see. Stay tuned.